What's up, all you beautiful bald people? Call me Robert. This is Nicole.
Hi, guys.
And we're Scalp. Today, let's talk about the fear, Nicole. This is something that everybody probably says they're aware of, but I think most people underestimate the ongoings of it. So let's dig in.
Yes.
How much does fear affect a man's decision when it comes to hair loss? And what does he do? Does he just let it go? Does he shave it? Let's talk to him.
I think first of all, we need to state the fact that if you're making decisions in a state of fear, you're not thinking properly, right? You're almost like gripped by the fear. So your judgment is very cloudy starting off.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times when men look in the mirror and they're seeing that their hairline is receding, it's like, whoa, okay. You know, they go through a process like, you know, am I enough? Essentially,
as soon as you say that, I can't help but vividly think of all the moments I had when I was looking at my hair loss. And every guy knows, like, especially like you said in the back, is it like wedding pictures? We've heard that by how many guys?
So,
they're not aware, meaning, right? They're not aware how much, initial beginnings of the hair loss, right? And it's like, for me, it was when I checked in at a gym and I saw the video, like security cam, and I was like walking past, like, is that me or a dude behind me? And it took a couple times, and I kind of lied to myself, but it's a gutting moment.
You're like, it's the angle.
It's
the sunlight coming in.
It's the mood ring effect. Exactly. There's something going on, but every guy and that fear that strikes you.
I think it's, like I said, it's a process. It's like, okay, if you're married, like, you know, almost getting that reassurance from like your wife, you know, or from like people around you. If you're not, like, you know, does it still look good? Do I still look youthful? And like, you almost go through this process where you're like, and I think the biggest thing is, it's like, as men, there's no room for you guys to really be like, hey, like, you know, this is affecting me. Like, you know, I'm really going through something because I'm losing my hair.
I mean, it does go through everybody, but you mean there's no like credible platform? There's no like, it's normally like something you do on the low. You do in the background. You do in private, very private. I mean, most guys
you're gonna air is what I'm trying to say.
No, it's absolutely not.
It's almost seen as a weakness a lot of times to even air that you're really struggling from this.
That's the fear. Right? And I don't think people look at that and say that's fear. It's a weakness. You're shallow.
Yes.
If you need something else, like, why not just go with, you know, how you were born?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and it's all fear-based.
Wow.
That could literally, the way you control fear in regards to hair loss dictates, you know, like I say, it's like optimizing your life, right? The classic look with subtle P. Even if it's, you know, both of us aren't really fond of hair transplants, but they do work. We have to admit that. Hats, hair pieces, whatever works for you. I mean, just shaving your head, but definitely shaving your head. The guys that just grow it out and say let it go,
don't do that.
And that could be a move, but I think that's a big, you know, fear's in the way there. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Why? Okay, let's say, you know, I used to call it the George Jefferson. I don't know if that's making me look old, but you know, that whole horseshoe pattern, right? Everybody knows the horseshoe pattern. Guys that just let that grow.
Yeah.
What do you think's going on? Based on fear, what's happening? What kind of, how's that controlling that?
I think it's like, okay, well, I lost the top, but I still have the sides. I'm just, you know, I'm gonna play this card that I have. I'm just gonna run with it. Is really what they're thinking.
Right.
But
how does fear affect them? Like, I would say they don't shave it because fear of like, oh, I care too much, or maybe just fear of how much maintenance.
Yeah,
it's a lot of maintenance every day. The thought of it, and obviously they don't think it's worth it to take a couple of minutes every day to look good versus just let it go.
They're gonna be bald. Like, in that moment, it's like the minute you start shaving the sides.
Interesting.
I'm bald now.
I would agree with that.
You know?
So that sounds lunacy to me. That sounds crazy. But they don't want to be more bald, so they just let it go on the sides. But I think most of society would agree that is not the look. That's not the play. You look your worst. And again, I would say, you know, it frames your face. Whether you wear a hat, a hairpiece, whatever it is, you lose that frame to your face. So that just makes that frame look even more empty. The more you go out, the more empty your frame is, right? So definitely shave it.
Agree.
But that gets to me. That's something I wish I had a conversation based on. What's your fears when you lose your hair? You know, because also those guys are saying, I don't want to look shallow. I don't want to look like I care.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm a man. It's fine. You know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And normally when I'm having that conversation, they tell me how long it's been that way. It's almost like a crutch for them. It's like, oh, it's been 5 years. Oh, it's been 10 years, so it's cool. That doesn't make it better.
It's
that just
almost
means
like you accepted it.
You swallowed it for 10 years. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we're always talking about, and I think everybody would agree. It's like we say it all the time: be the best version that you can be. Like, live a life of excellence. Like, we set ourselves up for, I believe, either success or failure every single day. And it comes to the same exact thing: is like, what are you deciding with that fear? What are you doing with that fear, essentially?
Yeah, and you're talking about anything in life, right?
Yeah.
Run your own business,
absolutely.
work for yourself.
Absolutely.
All of it. All
Fitness,
of it.
you know, like just being your best.
Why not? Life is short, especially these days, right? I mean,
especially these days.
no,
Absolutely.
honestly,
Yes.
it sounds so dramatic and like I'm fabricating the truth, but there's no way around it. Every time a guy gets subtle P with us,
Yes.
it optimizes his life. I mean, he's
Yes.
looking at us square in the, he's like, either I'm already on a rampage working out,
Yep.
or I'm going back to college,
Self-tanner, all the different things.
start my own business,
Yeah.
all of it. What'd you say, self-tanner?
Yeah, like, you know.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when gentlemen are working out
Yeah.
and then they've lost their hair, they start tanning. I've noticed that, like,
Right.
it's like a constant thing. I don't know why. But,
No, you're right.
Or grow a beard.
No,
you know.
it's work out, grow a beard, and get as tan as possible.
as tan as
That's
possible.
it. That's
Sorry.
it. That's it. That's why so many people say like dark skin. You know,
Yes.
like black people, they look better bald, and
Yes.
there's some truth to that. But it's
Yeah.
it's certainly because white skin and no hairline. Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Not all the time, but it's also always better to just shave it, regardless. Shave
Right.
it, shave it, shave it, shave it.
Right. But again, I want to, because it's really important. I want
Yes.
to emphasize once somebody gets this done, it's like you're wearing a tuxedo or like your best outfit every day.
Yeah.
You look your best, you
Yeah.
feel your best, and so you're like, I'm more inclined to eat healthier.
Exactly.
I'm more inclined to create memories with my
Yes.
kids, you know, and not just
Yes.
work every day. Whatever it is, they're like on a rampage to
Exactly.
fix everything in their life to have the best life.
Yeah.
And I think it's like one of those boxes.
Yes.
And on top of that, I would say, if you don't check that box, if you leave it unchecked, meaning just let it go, or worse, you do something bad, you go to the wrong provider in our
Yes.
industry, right? You get a bad hair transplant,
Or a hairpiece.
you wear a hairpiece and it
Yeah.
looks terrible, LeBron James, and it's you know, it's one or the other. I think it's black and white in
Yeah.
some sense. It's like have the best life, go for the best, or
Yes.
sit on the sidelines. And again, I think you and I want to highlight it's the fear
Yeah.
that's making people like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yes.
I would look stupid, or my peers at work will judge me,
Exactly.
or whatever that is.
Yeah.
It stops them. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying subtle P is the answer for everybody,
Exactly.
but I mean it is for most. For most guys, I
But we
think.
just know the impact that it actually makes.
And
on
that's what it
people.
is.
That's
You're exactly
really what
right.
it is. It's
You're
like
exactly
we see
right.
inside, like the firsthand, like just the difference, the turnaround in a person, and it's like they
It's so
check
true.
off that box.
It's
They
so
walk
true.
out a different person,
Mhm.
and it's more than just a treatment. It's mentally, physically. It just they're there. It's there. It's gotten to the point where they're happy. They feel at peace. I think with the decision they've made is really what it is.
I would agree with that across the board. Across the board. I mean that's another reason why we love doing what we do so
Yes,
much, right?
absolutely.
It's
It's life changing. Like, come on.
it just sounds so. I'm trying so hard to put it in different words because it
Yeah.
sounds cliche after a while, but it is what it
But
is.
it is
It's a
what
beautiful
it
thing.
is,
It
yeah.
really is a beautiful
I mean,
thing.
if you go to work every single day and you're improving people's lives and you're making their lives better and they love living their lives after this,
Yeah.
there's nothing cliche about
Yeah.
that, honestly.
I'll tell you what. If you're a bald guy and you're considering, or if you feel, let me do this. If you've considered some kind of remedy, some kind of solution, just go for it. I would say, you know,
Agreed.
even if it's
Do
not
your
subtle
research.
P.
Even if it's not us, just
Definitely do
your
your research. There's, I mean, that's we live
Yes.
in the internet age, right? Definitely, there's tons of reviews. You can know who the best is, whatever you're
Exactly.
choosing. But go for it. Why just
Yes.
sit there and watch videos and watch this guy do
Research
it?
after research. I mean, years and years sometimes. So,
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
there's nothing sweet about this, but let's say worst case scenario, you don't love subtle P or you SNP or wherever you are, right? You could laser remove it and you're back to being that bald guy. But why not just go for it? That's what I said. Life is short. Go for it.